It's the document Maria Carmen Redondo never wanted to sign. She is out of work and has now lost her home as well. The buyer, her own bank. It's an increasingly familiar scenario in the city of Elche.
A las 11 vamos, estamos ahí en la plaza del ayuntamiento, vamos a hacer toda el dinero.
It's all the bank's fault. We lost our jobs in the summer and went to the bank to defer the loan installments. They gave the apartment to the magistrates because of 2 late payments. Is that right?
We asked the bank manager to find a solution, not to have the loan waived, but to find a way for people to pay their installments despite the crisis. It's not the banks that are struggling, we're the ones struggling.
Right up to the end, Maria Carmen was hopeful she'd be able to keep her home. Her husband, Francisco, has gone on hunger strike in front of Elche's town hall. The couple are not alone in their desperation. Several months ago, other locals in danger of losing their homes joined forces. Most were behind on their mortgage payments. It's a defiant last stand, with the banks tightening the screws despite government guarantees. Most of those affected defaulted after losing their jobs, like Joaquin Carlos Martinez. His factory ceased production.
I made shoe parts. I had regular work for 3 years, but then the work dropped off. After the last time, they didn't call me back again.
Shoemaking was the traditional engine of the Elche economy, but times have changed. Many local shoe outlets now sell products from abroad, especially from China. Not even the distributors are local. With the jobless rate in Spain now approaching 20%, the government has been spurred into action. A senior ministry official has come down from Madrid to offer his help. The government has devised a plan of action to salvage what remains of Elche's shoemaking industry. But with the Spanish economy as a whole in dire straits, options are limited. It's too late for Joaquin and his wife. They spent months trying to sell their apartment, but couldn't find a buyer. Their home will now become the bank's property. They'll have to pay rent to stay there and rely on help from their families. The dream of owning their own home has evaporated.
I could be playing with the kids in the garden, and they'd be safe.
They didn't used to do this. They only used to evict people who had all sorts of problems. And now they're throwing out families with their children. It's not right. The government has to do more.
Francisco Ortega is on hunger strike in front of the town hall. He and his wife insist on being heard by the mayor. They want Francisco to be given a job with one of the companies receiving government assistance.
I'm not the only one. There are a lot of others who will end up on the street with nothing. Like us, they have to pay the installments for their home their whole life long. How are we supposed to pay off these debts?
Francisco has practically given up hope. He's all too aware that Spain's economy is one of the hardest hit in Europe.